Are you struggling to manifest what you want or have been trying to manifest something for years and it's still not happening? Well, join my 21-day manifestation challenge, which starts in January. You will be part of the manifest movement. Don't have FOMO, fear of manifesting out. Join the challenge at pausepenny.com. What's up, manifestors? Welcome to the Manifest Movement. We are creating a movement, a community of manifestors. That is where it's at. So, this week, I want to talk to you all about the number one thing that the majority of people are manifesting. Guess what that is? Any guesses? Well, it is abundance. Universe, show me the money. And for those of you that live in Ireland, you will know this story. But if you live outside of Ireland, let me break it down for you. The law of cause and effect. Do not fuck people over. It will come back to you. It is all about integrity. What you put out will come back to you, whether it's good or it's bad. I call it the law of cause and effect, one of the laws of the universe. You can call it karma, right? Whatever you want. We had a presidential candidate, Jim Gavin. Effectively, what happened was he was overpaid about 3,000 euro in rent 16 years ago. 16 years ago. And the guy that tried to get the money back couldn't get it back from him. And he even sent solicitors letters. Solicitors are lawyers for those of you outside of Ireland, which is so frustrating. The system is broken. It can be so hard to get money back off people, even if you send a letter. But this is called integrity. Do not screw people on money. It will come back around. I guarantee you it will come back around. And my son is 6 and he's 7, almost 7. And he said he I don't know why he's following the presidential election, but he seems to be. And I explained this to him recently. It's another way that you can teach your kids about money, abundance, and manifestation, right? And I explained to him that, let's say if he was selling his bike and he was given 100 euro for his bike, and then the person forgot they gave him 100 and they gave him another 100, what would he do? And he said, well, obviously I'd have to give it back. That's a 6-year-old. So don't do shady shit, Don't do shady shit because the universe doesn't like that. It is not a good vibe, and you'll get screwed. Even people who buy from Pause Penny, sometimes I'll throw in like an extra box or I'll throw in an extra bracelet. And you know what they do? They come back to me and they're like, hey, Vaughn, I actually got an extra box or bracelet that I didn't pay for. And I say, yeah, you are abundant. But you know what? That's a really good vibe, you coming back to me and saying that, you got an extra one. So let's talk about money and money blockers. What is blocking you from making money? And let's just be clear here. You can have money. You can have your dream life. You can make a shit ton of money if you want. You can have lots of abundance. But I have to say this, you're holding yourself back. Yep, it's you, and you got to take responsibility for yourself. It is you that is holding yourself back. And also this, can you stop listening to the bullshitters on the TikTok, right? So I was going through the TikTok feed to try and figure out, like, how do I use this platform? Like, how do I get my message out there to use this platform? So I went into the search bar and I put in manifest, and you know what comes up? Manifest abundance in 24 hours. Manifest abundance in 48 hours. Manifest 10K in, by tomorrow. It's like, you're full of shit. Stop preaching this absolute nonsense. Can money show up overnight? Yes. And it happened to me. I'm going to tell you one of my manifestation money stories. But I was doing the work before that, right? So let's give the example of health and fitness. You want to lose 14 pounds. Are you going to lose it in 24 hours? No. It takes work. It takes inner work. It takes time, right? These things take time. You have to get in vibrational alignment with it. So do yourself a favor and stop listening to the bullshitters, right? Let's be practical and realistic. I am delulu about manifestation, but there has to be a dose of reality and realism. But let me tell you this, you will get there. You will get there. I didn't come from money, but I have manifested a lot of money and abundance. And I'm really lucky that my husband doesn't listen to my podcasts anymore because he hates when I talk about money. He just hates it. But you know what? I'm going to spill the stories now because I think it's time. And so first up, what are the blockers? Number 1. This was kind of one of mine. I have to work hard for money. I got to hustle. The only way I can make money is by hustle, hustle, hustle. Or I can only make money by my job and it's limited. It's limited because I'm a teacher and I'm on a teacher's salary. I'm a nurse, I'm on a nurse's salary, and it is limited. So if you keep telling yourself you have to work hard for money, you are going to have to work hard for money. I now put it out to the universe. Universe, show me how I can make money faster with less work. Show me the way, right? And I remember, and this is what I want to do for my business because I want more freedom. I want more time with my kids. So, how am I going to earn a salary like a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer anymore? How am I going to earn that same sort of salary, but with more time, right? So, going back to my hustle mindset, that came from childhood, right? My dad was a hustler. He was one of the hardest workers I knew and still know. My dad is uh, much older now and he is still working. Um, so really, really a hustle mindset. And when we grew up in California, my dad would be gone in the mornings and he wouldn't come home till really late in the evenings, 8 o'clock at night. And he worked 6 days a week. The only day he didn't work was Sunday. And it was this mentality that you have to hustle, you have to hustle. When I went into a law firm, when I got my first job in a law firm, I hustled. And I worked from 8 o'clock in the morning and it could be till 2 a.m., right? It was nonstop. I felt like I had to work to make the money to get the next step. Now, there is part of your life that you do need to work hard and it will show up in other opportunities, but there's a time and a place. And right now, I'm in the space of my life that I need more freedom, more time, but I want the same amount of money. So how is that going to happen? So I think I've told this story before that when I started in a law firm, my husband used to, well, he was a boyfriend at the time, used to always give out to me and say, Yvonne, you need to start saving money. You need to start saving. You need to start saving. And by the way, at this point in time, I think it was 10,000 euro in debt. Actually, where I was laughing because my husband, well, let's say he was boyfriend at the time. Let's call him boyfriend at the time. I had 10,000 euro in debt. I was 10,000 euro in debt, not from anything amazing. Well, actually, it was amazing, I guess. I went to Crete one summer and I decided I was only going for 2 weeks and I decided that I was going to stay there. And I didn't come back that summer. So I asked my mom to take out a loan for me and she did. And I just spent all the money effectively, like on travel and stuff like that. So, anyway, when I met my boyfriend, now husband, he's very financially savvy and logical and practical, which is not such a bad thing, right? And he said to me, Yvonne, like, you've got to stop with the credit cards. You got to stop with the overdrafts. You've got to stop spending outside your means. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't care. I didn't care. I was like, more money will come, more money will come, more money will come, right? And he said to me, okay, you've got this debt of 10K. I'm going to pay it off for you And that way you no longer have to pay the interest on it. So you just pay me back when you have it, which was actually, see, there you go. You don't know how the money's going to come. I met this guy and 6 weeks later, he was paying off my debt. Now, of course, I had to pay him back, but the interest was killing me. So that goes to show you don't know how the money is going to come. He saved me a lot of money by paying that off. Actually, funny story. He sent the 10K to the wrong account. He sent it to one of his friends. Like, not even one of his friends. It was like some guy that played on a football team with them. We were talking about it the other day because we were talking about the Jim Gavin not giving you the money back story. And he was like, imagine if that guy just flat out refused to give me back my 10K, right? And so he paid that off. And he said to me, Yvonne, you need to start saving money. And I said, when I hit 30, I'm going to start saving money. I'm going to start saving money when I hit 30. And 1 month before I hit 30, I got offered my dream job. And I, at the time, was so afraid of taking this job. I was so scared that I was so out of my depth that this is the truth. I read the book Lean In. They were flying me to California to meet with the management team. I read the book Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg, who was like the COO of Meta, Facebook at the time. And she talked about leaning into your career, negotiating your pay package, all of that. And I read another book called like Miss Moneypenny's Guide to like Successful Women or something. I can't remember the exact name of the book. So I was like, I am I'm just going to negotiate whatever I want. And I put a figure on the table. Now, they didn't give me exactly what I wanted, but let me tell you this. I was getting double my salary and I was getting a sign-on bonus. And thirdly, I was getting equity in a publicly listed company. 1 year later, when the equity, which is shares in a company, come vest, you can effectively trade them in. Let's keep it simple, right? And I remember coming home to my husband and I was like, you know what? The share price is really high. I'm gonna take some of these shares off the table and make some money. And that was it. I went on my computer, I pressed a button. All of a sudden, I had six figures in my bank account. More, I had at the time, I had more money than my husband had saved. A lot more. Like, let's high six figures. Now, I needed to pay tax on it. Boom. Boom. Money in the bank account. And what did I do? It was nothing. I was just an employee. And I remember my husband saying, damn, there are easier ways to make money. But how did that happen overnight for me? No, it was years of working on manifestation and money mindset. So yes, can I say I made six figures overnight? Yeah, technically, right? But it came from a long time of manifesting and being positive about money and abundance. So it can happen for you too. So you don't necessarily need to hustle. And I'll give you another example. For those of you that want to quit your jobs and maybe stay at home, but you're not sure and how you're going to make the money, let me tell you this, and I've said it before. My 21-day manifestation challenge online course, you know, everybody gets a challenge box. It's 3 weeks. You're on the WhatsApp group. That makes me more money in a month than my salary as a lawyer every time, every single time. So now that's not every single month, but I know I can get there, right? So you do not need a degree in law. You do not need to be a doctor. You do not need to have this career that we would say is, would earn a lot of money. You can make it other ways. So you don't have to always hustle. You can work smarter, not harder, right? So that's your first block. I have to work hard for money. Not true. Not true. Oh, second block. I am bad with money. Okay, so I hear this all the time. I'm so bad with money. I just spend, spend, spend. That was kind of me as well, but I wasn't necessarily bad with it. I had this trait that money would come in and I would spend it because I had this view that if I want it, I'm going to get it. And that's another trauma response of like when I grew up feeling like, oh, we don't have enough money for things, that I used to say, well, when I grow up, I'm going to have whatever I want. But you know what? It's not the best way to view money. We have to be practical. Stop sabotaging yourself by overspending. There has to be a little bit of parameters in and around your money, right? So stop telling yourself you're bad with money and do little things to help you get better. So for example, I went to get my nails done recently. This is a simple one. And I was in the nail salon in my home place, and they have these like cards, that if you get your nails done 9 times, the 10th time is free. Kind of like the coffee cards. You get 9 coffees, you get the 10th one free. And I was getting my like third or fourth stamp, and I saw a lady at the counter, and they said to her, "Oh, do you want a loyalty card?" And she looked at them and she's like, "No, I'll just lose it." Hello? Your 10th one is free. You're just telling the universe, I don't care about free money, right? Other things, use your club card, get the discounts, the Tesco club card, the Duns, whatever. You're in the US, the Target, the Kmart, whatever it is, use the club card. Don't be foolish with money. Save where you can save. That is not a lack mentality. That is a smart mentality, right? Get the savings where you can get them. So stop telling yourself, and do those little things like recycling your bottles. You get 15 cents back in Ireland. Recycle the bottles, even if it's only €1. Don't be a lazy ass. Show the universe, yes, I am going to do something good for the environment, and I'm going to get this little bit of money back. And by the way, treat €1 as if it was €100. A girl told me recently, I did the lottery and I won €20. And I said, well, you should act as if you just won 2 grand. That's how you should feel about every single amount of money that you get. You see 20 cents on the ground, you should be getting excited. More money's coming. This is just the start. That's what I say. Okay, so your third blocker, guilt around money. Oh, this comes up a lot. Like, why should I have more money when other people don't? I feel guilty. You know what this comes up a lot in? This comes up a lot for people who have businesses. I don't want to charge them. I feel bad. I know they don't have a lot of money. I even know this from a lot of like hairstylists or beauticians, that they won't charge their full prices because they feel bad for the customer, that, oh, I know they don't have a lot of money. You can't do that, right? You have got to charge your prices. And it even came up for me recently, right? I was in the hair salon with my hairstylist, and we were chatting about manifestation, because I've been with this stylist since I was 25, so I'm 17 years. And from the day I met her 17 years ago, we have been talking about The Secret and manifestation. Like, we have go way back, right? And she told me, oh, I'm putting up my prices from November 1st. I haven't put up my prices in 3.5 years. And I said, Laura, put up those prices. You're in a gorgeous salon, 5-star salon, 5-star service. All of her products have gone up. You need to up your prices, and you cannot feel bad or feel guilty about it. But then she said this to me. I manifested on your last manifestation challenge, learning how to drive a car. I just got my own car and I'm driving now. And I was like, oh, that's amazing, epic. And she said, I'm going to join the next manifestation challenge because I want to manifest something else now. And immediately I thought, oh, I just want to give this to her. I feel bad. I mean, why did I have that automatic feeling of feeling bad? Like, I pay to get my hair done, right? You can't feel bad about charging your prices. You have to know your worth. Now, sometimes people like Laura is like my friend now, so I want to be able to gift stuff to her as well, but you can't do that for everyone. And by the way, let me just tell you this. I gifted somebody a manifestation challenge before, And let me tell you this, they screwed me. They copied my work. So be careful what you're putting out to the universe and don't have that guilt. And so guilt around money as well. You might feel like you're being selfish. Well, are you selfish? Are you a selfish person already? Because money is just going to amplify who you are. I know I'm not selfish with money. You might not be able to see it behind the scenes, but like I give back to charities that feel close to my heart. I give back, right? So it's not selfish to want more freedom of choice in your life, more flexibility, more ease, less stress, ability to take care of your family, maybe some of your friends, right? It's only selfish if you're already a selfish person. What are you going to do with the money? Why do you want the money? So you got to let go of the guilt. I would journal. If you feel any of these blockers, I would journal about it. I would write it down. I would ask yourself, why do I feel this way about money? Right? Um, so number 4, it's just not possible for me. It's easy for you, Yvonne. You're a lawyer. It's easy for you. You've got a husband. It's so hard for me. I'm a single mom. I what other the other excuses? I didn't come from a wealthy background. I don't have a college degree. You're just giving yourself excuses. You're giving yourself a way out. Maybe it is a little bit harder for you because you are a single mom. But who are you looking at? Look at Francesca Amber, single mom of 3 small girls, and is creating an absolute empire, right? Talking about manifestation. Her way, by the way, she is super, super authentic. So stop telling yourself these shitty stories about money and abundance. You can change your life, but it's up to you. And if you keep repeating these shitty stories in your head that it's hard for me and I'm a single mom or I'm much older or I have this or I have that, well, then you're just going to stay stuck. And that's your fault. That is 100% your fault. You have only got yourself to blame. Is it easy to move out of it? No, but you will get there. You will get there. Does it take consistency? Yes. Does it take time? Yes. Does it take patience? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. So stop making excuses. Excuses never manifested anything, right? And finally, it's just not spiritual. I've heard this one before, to want more money. And again, you undercharge, you work from your heart, so you've got empathy, you're an overgiver, but fair enough. You want to see good in the world, you want to put stuff out there in the world, but you have to think like this. The more I give for free, the more I undercharge, the more I screw myself, and I can't give back then. I can't create more products. I can't create more free podcasts. I can't create more of what I want to give out into the world. Um, so you've got to think about it from that perspective as well, right? So if any of those are your blockers, it's just what is number 1? The 5 blockers to abundance. I have to work hard for money. I gotta hustle. I am bad with money. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. You'll always be broke. I've got guilt around money. It's selfish. It's not very selfish if you're donating to charities and you're giving back to the world. It's just not possible for me, for my background. Hello, Jim Carrey was homeless. Steve Harvey, homeless. Look at him now, one of the top TV presenters. Oprah, she didn't come from money. Look where she is now. It's possible for you. And 5, it's not spiritually good to want more money. What are you doing with the money? That's what you're telling yourself. You're just telling yourself if it's not spiritual. You can do a lot of good things with money. It gives you freedom, it gives you flexibility, it gives you choice. Right? So, a couple of the questions that came up were about What action can you take to manifest more money? So, number one, you want to manifest more abundance, you got to take the action. First up, the manifestation box, the 7 steps. What do you want? More abundance, more money in your life. Why do you want it? You want to be financially independent. You want to give back to charity. You want to create a business. You want freedom and flexibility in your life. What is your why? What do you see? What does it look like to you? What does this abundance look like to you? Maybe it looks like quitting your corporate job and staying at home and having a business running from home. What do you hear? What are you talking about when it comes to money? What are you saying to yourself? You need to reprogram that subconscious mind with the positive stuff as opposed to the negative. Like I said, it's so hard. I'm so broke. Everything's so expensive, etc. How do you feel? You've got to feel it. Feel it as if you already have it. Now, how do you do that when you don't have any money? This is what I do. I was in BT's yesterday and I was just pointing at bags. I was like pointing at sunglasses and bags and clothes. And I was like, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll come back for that. That's for me. That would look great on me. Love that bag for me. And I was smiling away, skipping through BT's. Did I buy any of the bags, the shoes, the clothes in there yesterday? No, I did not. But I will come back for them at some point. I may not have them now. They may not be in my budget now, but they will be in the future because my vibration is going to stay high, right? So, how do you feel? What action are you going to take? Listen up. You want more abundance in your life? You're not just going to sit on your ass at home and make more money. That's just not going to happen. Well, you are if you have some sort of digital course or something like that. But I'm saying, like, you're not just going to manifest it into existence with doing nothing, absolutely nothing, right? Gratitude, a daily gratitude practice. A grateful heart is a magnet for manifestation and abundance. That is the truth. Write down one thing a day you're grateful for. Open your notes page in your phone. I want you to walk outside and for the whole day notice the good things that happen to you. I had a nice conversation with the Brazilian coffee lady in the coffee shop. She was showing me her lovely tattoos. I got stopped walking to the podcast studio by 2 people saying, "I love your sweater." That raised my vibe, right? Write down all the small, good little things that happen to you. Start with something small. I want to manifest €1. Start with small because once you start small and you see how it works, then you can manifest more and more and more and more. So start with something small. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to give yourself a kick in the ass and say, stop telling myself these shitty stories about money. You can have more money. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop victim blaming. Start getting your shit together and start doing the work. And it will come. It may take some time, but it will come. And start looking at people that have been successful and came from nothing. I'd really say that about. And also, don't roll your eyes at people that have money. I was walking down the street the other day and I had on a pair, like I'll wear Chanel glasses, but I'll also wear other glasses that I just think are bright and cool and I love them, right? So I had this day, in particular, I had on a really nice Yves Saint Laurent jacket. It's a very expensive jacket. Did I buy that jacket for myself? No, I did not. That was gifted to me by a friend. I am abundant. I had a pair of Chanel glasses on, this kind of furry Yves Saint Laurent jacket, and a Louis Vuitton bag, and I had my Valentino boots. By the way, they are years old. Years, pre-kid. I was walking, taking my daughter to school, and this girl was walking towards me, and she looked me up and down, and she rolled her eyes. She rolled her eyes at me. And I was like, okay, first of all, maybe she didn't like my outfit, but what I interpreted from that was like, "Ugh, you think you're great. Look at you in your outfit." Listen up. I could be wearing rainbow colors some days from pennies. I don't give a shit, right? It's how you wear it, it's how you feel it, it's how confident you are in whatever you're wearing. But let go of the jealousy for anybody that might have more money than you. Let go of, oh, it's so easy for them. Let them inspire you that you can do it also. That's it. Manifest more abundance. Join the manifestation challenge. If you want to manifest more abundance, join the challenge. Starts in January. Sign up. PausPenny.com. Whoop whoop. I am abundant. Bye, manifestors.